want to fight with and go for unfair fights as we do load into the Rift. Loud versus INTZ, 2-2 versus 1-3. Both of these teams, I think, have a lot to prove here, and hopefully we don't see Yampy 5 camp and get blue buff stolen like next like last game.
Yeah, try not to take a page out of the Aegis book, but Kick here going with Predator, Tinone's Unsealed Spellbook. Again, the tempo in the mid lane, specifically as a transition toward that top side, is what I'm watching in this early game. And as you look at the compositions here, I criticize a little bit, maybe a narrow win condition as far as a lack of damage on Loud's side. You could make that case a little bit for INTZ as well, but Tyron on this Renekton should have, again, that's your option. But then again, it's the ping pong match, it's the chess match. Robo on this Gnar, if he plays it well. Now Robo he's got a flip or two in him. He is not the model of stability, this man, but when he pops off, he can be the most fearsome top laner in the league. Yeah, and I think this is the closest a Loud vote that I've seen so far. 87 to 13%. I think the other ones have been like 99 to 1 or 98 to 2%. So yeah, maybe the Loud fans are waiting just a little bit. The team's 2-2 here, but yeah, Duds the boy taking that cleanse on Jinx, almost necessary. Sayas actually has the heal as well, but Macau also has cleanse here, so both AD carries not necessarily having the heal ability on their own summoners, but I think Jinx and Braum are just a little bit safer, right, with the summoner spell choice. But yeah, I want to see how Kick navigates this lane into TF. It can be a little bit rough early until he starts getting, a couple points into, QW and E, right? Gets that magic shield, can start clearing waves a little bit better, force the engage possibly, or threaten the engage. As Yampy is actually going to full clear his bot side, it looks like, and then potentially look for a gank, as Tinone's going to get that nice little, I would say, Raptor ward on, but Tinone's, he just might be dead here. He's waiting for that gold card. It is out. Kick has thrown out the Winds of War. Tinone's hits 3. Tay is waiting, though, and Kick wasting no time, knowing that the response gang could be coming in. Yampy throws down the Demacian Standard as well, but they are trying to hightail it out of there. Yampy flashes out. Tay not able to get the follow-up. He's behind the minions, so the Sonic Kick will not be an option. But Yampy and Tinone's trade flash for flash. Kick down a summoner as well. That was a really nice E from Kick to stop the Sonic Resonance, I believe, from Tay there. Bit of a forced gank. I would have loved to see, I think, INTZ wait for Kick to hit level 3. Yampy just wait for that little wave, and then that just provides so much more upfront damage, right? Doesn't have to burn the flash, can instead burn the E for Tinone's flash, and then flash W on top of him to guarantee the EQ stun. Instead, they get a little bit preemptive, and now, man, Jarvis is just getting bullied today, man. No buff, red buff for him, no blue buff for Aegis last game, and now, what do you do if you're Yampy? This is not your jungle anymore, buddy. Nope, and Vision down as well, a really well-placed ward in that choke point, right? And now, yeah, Tay just taking it to him, knowing that, look, like, if stuff goes sideways, Tinone's has got Kick pushed under his own tower, Robo got a push onto Tyron, so Tay, really intentional and really coordinated topside play so far. Even, like you said, bit of a forced gank by INTZ, but Tay was right there to respond, and that's maybe why it felt worse than it did. Tay opting for some lean protein, gonna try to take away Yampy's chickens, but now maybe realizing, okay, Tinone's low on mana, we've had our fun here, I've got a full topside to clear as well, and a scuttle crab to get. Yeah, he ended up taking the fat chicken there, the drumstick, the thigh, whatever you want to call it. So that's a win. That's a win in Tay's book. And just abusing Jarvan early, abusing these lanes, and the push prio that he has in that mid lane. Tay doing a good job here for somebody that is role swapped. I would say, you could say back to jungle in theory, right? Because he was a jungler way back when, but role swapping to jungle from last season to this season. Now he's been playing pretty good. I don't know if he's been studying up, who he's been watching, but really good, solid play from Lee Sin, or Tay on the Lee Sin here, but it's all going to matter who can get the gank off, who can impact these lanes, right? Because Robo and Tyron are just going to be farming, just going to be kind of trading waves back and forth, and Galio and TF are going to be looking to probably most likely affect the bot lane here, as Macau and Decoy are playing super far up. Yampy is behind them. Will he be able to get anything, though? Yeah, let's see. I mean, Yampy, you said, okay, what's Yampy to do here? I guess you try to use your push that you can have in this bot lane ever so slightly, right? I mean, these two bot lanes are functionally constructed the same way. Immobile hyperscaler with a defensive support with some peel, right? And both these AD carries have, like you pointed out, flash cleanse. These are very, very defensive. I think it was pointed out in the chat on our English stream. I believe it was RMC. Like, this is 4 engaged tanks, right? On the side of INTZ, and then Macau's just by himself, right? Now, the other option is like, okay, like, you know, not everyone has to go forward. You can leave someone behind for Macau, but he has flash and cleanse, so for an immobile AD carry, that's, you know, two summoners, not too bad to have. But Decoy, right, taking Ignite, he knows that there's a chance that Leona is, she can do Leona things as well.
Yeah, I think Macau as well. You don't want to be somebody on Loud side walking to an Aphelios all the time, right? As Decoy and Yampi here, 3v3 in the mid lane. Let's see a scrap. Come on, Zenith Blade in. I know you want to, Decoy. I know you want to.
Decoy, of course, the Australian import from the OCE. Again, another, as the scuffle does not break out. We talk about language barriers with Korean imports. In this bottom lane, Macau has been doing it for so long. He's been doing it for so long. He's one of the most experienced AD carries in this league. He's been around forever. And so he knows his English, right? These older players, and the younger generation as well, but older players, because they've been around so long, because they've played with Korean imports, European imports, now Oceanic imports, the language barrier isn't going to be as much of an issue. And look, you've only got one guy to communicate with, right? It's your lane partner. So working out okay in theory, but like you said, in practice, both these teams gotten off to slower starts than maybe they'd like. Nothing slow about this engage, though. Tinone's in some trouble, gold carding in.
Jumpy.
Very nice safeguard. Dominus pop. He's sliced and diced, and he's not going to be able to get his hands on Tinone's. Burned everything for it, but still no kills in this game.
I definitely think there's an angle for Yampi to flash EQ onto Tinone's there. The flash was down for him. There was so much invested. Yeah, just a bit of a misplay. I would say, ooh, that Jinx rocket kick is low. Oh, levels up, gets the HP. Actually, he's not. He's fine. He is chilling. He's going back. He's just going to get his items and chill out. But yeah, I think Yampi could have flash EQ'd onto Tinone's there. Maybe he was just afraid that he didn't know who was in the enemy jungle of Loud.
Sure.
Tyron tried to get a gank off mid. Tinone's, for all intents and purposes, they have been negating this roam, right? He ticked level 7 not too long ago, has not been able to ult yet. I want to say Tinone's is looking for an ultimate right now. He's looking somewhere. This first ultimate, like you said, these first two, in my opinion, are the most important. This either puts you in the lead of the game, decides that's the pace, or if you go fall behind, if those ultimates fall flat, then you are literally just a stun bot, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see if that, again, it's shove and roam. With both TPs down for both mid laners, now you're going to see, I think, the ultimates come out. On the top side, Loud able to pick up that first Herald, and on the bot side, no real response, but Yampi saying, okay, if nothing else, we could try to establish vision here. We've got a bot lane that can get a slight push, and maybe we do something with this dragon, try to clear out some vision. That's certainly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, it is a Cloud Dragon as well, and notoriously, they've just been avoided for CBLOL. If it's the first dragon, I've seen them not take it until like the 15-minute mark at some points. As, yeah, like you said, Rift Herald gets slain for Loud here. They're going to look to most likely pop it. I want to say either top or mid. I don't think they really care for popping it bot, as Yampi's going to take the chickens over. As you see, a lot of blue side vision. They've been doing a really good job placing wards in these more neutral zones, I would say, of the map. But if you look, take a flip on the mini-map, INTZ has some good wards on the red side of Loud here, so they're playing super safe. They're chilling. Their bot lane can just play, accordingly, I would say. As Decoy gonna get his backstop. That's kind of annoying from Duds.
Twice. Yeah, Duds. He fired off the super mega death rocket and hit both Macau and Decoy, and just making sure that they're locked into lane and that they're forcing their hand right now. Couldn't get maybe a reset off into a back. Right, Decoy still not at that level 6 mark. The mid laners, that's a huge break point for them. But for these supports, game-changing ultimates on short cooldowns. And Loud does the boy, whether it's delaying those recalls, right? They were able to wipe out that vision, just stall, and pick up that first dragon. Like you said, Cloud Dragon, Schmoud Dragon, but starting stacking is never a bad idea. You've alluded to that before. Now, Tay, they can't really set up a dive here. Cannon Wave isn't quite there yet. So, but
plates, though.
Yeah, no, plates, exactly. He's got that Herald.
Ooh.
Maybe you pop it down bot, but I think after that dragon was taken, the priority's a little bit less important. So maybe you try to crack it open in mid lane.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that, but Seos actually was outside of the turret plate range. So Does the Boy was able to get a full 160 off that second plate there. Oh, they're almost dead on the side of INTZ. You gotta leave, man. You gotta get out of Dodge.
Ooh. Moonlight Vigil, not gonna find anyone, but it was enough to dissuade Seos. And now gonna finish up that last bit of the bottom lane turret. Yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't get you priority for Dragon, but look, you could crack that open. Like you said, just give so much gold to Duds the Boy. It's a narrow win condition, but things coming up aces right now for the bot lane of Loud.
Duds just got a lot of gold. Yeah, look at that chart. Just like really good juggling from the turret plating, right? To not give any over to Seos, but also 5,000 gold. This guy single-handedly is 1,000 gold lead for Loud here, and just nothing has happened this whole game, right? No kills, nothing like that. Loud is up nearly 2.5k just based off of natural laning, macro movement, and everything like that.
Yeah, you said it well. It's nothing has happened, but everything has happened. This is so big. In Macau, look, the deficit isn't tremendous. They did well to farm, and Macau did well to farm and just kind of keep up with things and mitigate the damage from all that pressure that Tay and the bot lane were applying. But this is gonna start to get hairy here. I think that the mythic item spike will come through right around the same time. That next dragon is the next fight, right? I mean, that herald, the second herald's gonna come up in 2 minutes, but that's where we're gonna see the doors start to blow off as no mythics have come in just yet. But you can see INTZ. I think they can sense that the game's slipping away from them, and you've got a level 11 almost Renekton hitting that sweet spot, that bell curve of his power, and all you see is goose eggs next to his name. Bit of a wasted opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Does the Boy gonna get another turret plate, possibly the tower here as well for himself. This man is getting paid this man's getting paid today. He's got the bonus in as Robo's gonna go in.
Robo goes in. Here comes the hero's entrance, though. Tinone's caught out a little bit. It goes the gold card, has to burn the flash as well. Now Decoy laying down the CC onto the Loud mid laner, and first blood goes over to Macau. There wasn't, like you said, Duds the Boy, he was busy in the top lane getting paid, and now Loud trying to manage this fight and play some damage control. Tay and Robo and Seos trying to do what they can with the zone control and dissuade a further fight, stall maybe to get their carries in. But first blood over to INTZ.
Yeah, Loud's got the mo money, mo problem situation here. Does the Boy getting paid in the top lane, but now INTZ were able to get that first blood, break Loud's, I guess, composition, finally able to get the kill on Tinones, but look at Does the Boy pushing turrets just the way I like to see it. This guy is all about the money. He's all about the grind set, the mindset. This dude's got Kraken Slayer, Zeal in hand. This dude's going to push probably mid lane turret down to at least one plate, possibly more. Woo!
That's just downright disrespectful, Shibby. That is absolutely brutal. He's got so much gold in his pocket. He's racked up a bounty just by existing. Now, Macau, crucially, that kill went on to him, because this is what I talked about. What is the top side going to look like? Matching roams for the mid laners. Forget all that. We're on bot lane time now.
Oh?
Robo doesn't have the ultimate. Dominus popped by Tyron. Trying to get that Fury up. He's got flash for a potential flash slice dice, but no minion to charge through. That's a big ultimate not going to be available for INTZ and any fight they want to start. Look at that. 14 plates and triple the gold.
Yeah, and that's just like off. That's probably majority of that. I would say 75% of that is in Duds' pocket right now. Like, there's no way. I would say maybe, I think Tay has a little bit from the Rift Herald. I think Tinones has a little bit originally from just whittling the turret down himself. But, yeah, just fantastic macro play. I mean, even with that first blood, it is a 4,000 gold lead for Loud. And there's only been one death, one Cloud Dragon, and one Rift Herald taken so far, as the the Hextech Drake will be taken. Sorry, guys, Chemtech has actually been removed. Apologies, yeah, Hextech Dragon will be taken here, and this is, oh, an Ocean Soul as well, just to top it on to that, icing onto the cake. Loud have very firm control of this game, and they're proving why they were considered one of the top teams coming into this season.
Yeah, and look, now you've got your lead, you've got your win condition, but now you gotta close the door here, because with 3 tier 1s cracked open, there is no excuse, aside from just getting picked, right? But there is no excuse for you not to be either the first to an objective or know exactly what is going on the other side of the map.
Yeah, just the vision control from Loud, just the gold lead they have kind of naturally accumulated. INTZ, they definitely feel the pressure, right? You saw they were trying to 4-man Tinones in the mid lane. They've been trying to kill that man for so long. Out of the 5 or 6 times they've ganked him, Tinones have only died once, and the rest of INTZ have just kind of been twiddling their thumbs, I would say, as they're gonna pick up this second Herald, but Does the Boy is pretty much a Herald himself. This guy can push turrets down like no man's land. It is just crazy, right? Like, he wants to push the second one down too. Wait, guys, the Herald, guys,
Yampy,
the Herald.
honey, darling. Ooh, it's gonna disappear. Oh, Yampy. Oh, homie, that would have been a tragedy of the highest proportions. Top 10 anime deaths would have been so bad. Mythics have come through for everybody, and look, that second Herald, right? Is it a bait? Is it not? I don't know, but like, again, it's just the vision control that Loud had established allowed them to so easily and freely take something in response, and with teleports unleashed, right? There's again just fewer excuses to not have full control over the map. But INTZ, look, they're doing something here.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to do something. They're trying to be proactive. They've got some vision into this neutral river on the Baron side here. Baron will be up in about 2.5 minutes. Same with the third dragon is. Oh my God, Duds. Why? Like, why? That is disrespectful. He's ulting them just to stop their back.
Duds is wild.
You are mean. You are mean.
Duds got that level 2 ult, and he said, that's on a shorter cooldown now. Screw it. I'm just going to let her rip. And even though he's up only 20 CS, right? And I don't know how much gold Macau has in his pocket, but he is up a full item. He's got Phantom Dancer BF Sword up on Longsword. The CS does not tell the tale here. Those 4 towers, you know, the equivalent of 3 of those towers, especially because of all that solo gold on the plates, from Seos backing off out of turret gold range to give that full 160 to Duds the Boy, to him soloing down 4/5 of that mid lane turret and doing all the work on the top side as well. Do not look at these CS numbers to see who is ahead as far as AD carries. It is about effective gold, right? It is about items. That is the whole point of this artificial currency in League of Legends. And Duds the Boy is a monster right now. Now, again, you want to get him involved in these fights. But right now, Loud, they're not opting to take fights. They're going to win this game through just death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, I mean, who even sets the prices for gold and items, right? Like, what is this fictional currency that we have, the economics of League of Legends? We can get into all that, but right now, they're pushing down tier 2 with that Rift Herald here, and the local gold's probably going to go over to Renekton here. They're trying, right? INT's trying. They're trying to show up this gold lead. They're most likely going to try to pick a fight with Loud here at this dragon. I doubt they're going to do the 20-minute Baron. That is a very rare thing to see in CBLOL.
We saw how that worked out last time.
Yeah, exactly. As INTZ, they don't really have any vision set up onto this dragon side river as well, but Loud, they do need to reset, cash out some gold, and possibly reset for wards as, Braum just reset. He's coming back with a pocket full of wards and 2 pinks as well. Duds opting not to back here. Probably can't really buy anything since he did buy that BF. Could possibly buy a pickaxe if you really want to do, but I think it's more important for him to just be on the map, pushing waves, shoving them in, getting the CS, and doing what he can as a diligent AD carry player. And Duds having a phenomenal game, right? I mean, I know the score doesn't say anything. It's 0-0-0, but as Tay is just dancing, putting the dance moves on right now on that Rift Scuttle as INTZ.
Ooh. Tay getting immediately on there. And now Decoy over the wall. Where's his backup? This could have been a mistake. Solar Flare is going to buy him a little bit of time. So is the stopwatch. Cataclysm in as well. Kick joining the fight with his ultimate. Macau gets a big Moonlight Vigil with the right set of guns on. Has to Gale Force out of there. Has Flash Cleanse. Burns one of them. Burns the other. And now they get chased out of their jungle. Here comes that first ultimate Finally, Shibby, and the health bars are so low. It's a combined 1,000 HP, and the 4 easiest kills you will ever see a Jinx get in your entire life.
I think that was 2 rockets, and the whole team just exploded. Quadra kill coming out for Duds the boy here. Dragon will be picked up by Gnar. Solo Robo can do it by himself, and the rest are going to hightail it down to, or up, to Baron here. They're going to take it for free, I would say, and this is Loud's game to win. They are almost 10k gold ahead. After they get all these objectives, they'll be pretty much virtually 10k gold ahead here. They'll just have to play the lane standard. I think that was actually the second ultimate that may have come out from Tinones, if I remember correctly, but yeah, you're right. The first 2 are super important, and that definitely netted Does the boy 4 kills there. Can back pick up his IE, and yeah, we're just going to see how this fight played out. INTZ just overstepping, Robo going in, Does the boy free firing into the backline. Macau got a beautiful ultimate here, got the 5-man Moonlight Vigil with the ultimate, and just is out of position, doesn't know whether to burn flash or cleanse, says, you know what, I'm going to smash my head on the keyboard, burn both, and now cleanup duty is here. Call the janitor, because Does the boy is here to play.
It was such a scuffed fight from INTZ. My eyes went to Decoy. Right, I get that you saw Tay there, a potential pick, and yeah, it was just all bad, because it's one of those rules. If you're gonna int, you int together. And so Decoy went in, and at that point, INTZ said, "Look, we have to contest this dragon somehow, right? Like, we can't give up nothing. I mean, maybe the call was to just let Decoy die there, but that's not what they went for. They opted completely into that fight, and Loud ran him off the map. Now Does the boys all over the... Now, Decoy looking to redeem himself. Opportunity for another pick. Robo just ults them right away. That ult is on cooldown.
Yeah, hits him with the stiff arm, right? Get off of me. Get off of me. You guys smell. You stink. You smell. That's what he said. He just said, you know what? I don't want to deal with you guys anymore. You can throw 3 people, 4 people, 5 people at me, but I'm going to take your mid lane. My team's going to take your bot lane. We're going to take everything because we got Baron ready. And Loud is just... They're just not letting up on the gas as Decoy's going in. This is a hero play, if anything.
Yeah, Decoy's trying to redeem himself, man. But again, Macau firing over the wall, that's fine. Yampy maybe can get a Cataclysm here. Robo over the wall.
He wants
to
ult.
Overextend. He doesn't have ult, but afraid to pull the trigger, are INTZ, and I think rightfully so.
Yeah, ult is up for Robo here now. That thing's on a very, very low cooldown.
Seriously.
And disgustingly so, right? He got so many buffs in the way earlier patches, but now this is probably the final deciding fight for Loud here.
He goes in immediately, gets a 3-man ult. Yampy is out of this fight. He's got 100 HP. Decoy trying to do what he can. He gets melted immediately. Macau got a big Moonlight Vigil, but he's so far behind, and Robo is so big that it doesn't matter. A double inhib is the bare minimum here with this Baroned up push for Loud.
And, they probably were looking to end the game here, but life bars are a little low. They don't want to give Macau too much, right? Shutdowns on the side of Robo, and Does the boy here. They're going to cash out, take what they have, take it to the bank, push bot lane down. Dragon is up in 2 minutes as well, so they can potentially pick up that soul if they can't really break or crack the turret in the bottom lane here. But, yeah, 5-man bot pretty much there. Tinone's going to shove out the waves into mid lane just to make sure he has a good ult angle. But this game is set and match, right, for Loud. Like, unless Loud colossally throw 5 times in a row, INTZ lose this game 9 times out of 10.
It's going to be really, really tough. I mean, you're looking for picks, right? You're looking for something because there is a lot of lockdown and a lot of gap closing on INTZ, but Loud look focused right here. I think it would be just a mistake on their part and have to capitalize on perfectly by INTZ. That's their way back in, but right now it is not looking good. The most important members of the team are down almost a full item to their counterparts.
Yeah, and you just saw Solar Flare was used defensively. Tinone's had to flash, but that's not a big deal because the way he's going to be positioning, he just positioned behind his Jinx or with his Jinx, and Yeah, they're going to crack this bottom lane turret here, and this is the hero engage coming out from Yampi.
There's a 5v4. There's the hero's entrance as well. Robo has his ult. He's going mega in about 3, 2, 1. No, just kidding. He just went small. Excuse me. I misread that completely. But either way, Robo did his job. He got in there, did his damage, got out. There goes Tino's with the follow-up gold card from Max Rage. Good night, sweet prince. Kills number 5, 6, 7. For Duds the boy. The early game happened over the course of what felt like 1,000 years, and then in the blink of an eye, Loud close it out on the back of their AD carry.
25